Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Well, if all that Asgard Divide news from earlier today was not enough, we do have more news kicking us off today as well. So, first of all, let's just dive straight in. Let's cover it all. Hero's Path starts tomorrow. It's in 18 hours. If we go over here, it's actually a fairly short one. It's just going to be for the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically. This hero's path is, well, actually, it says it in the event tab if we click into it. Don't know if it says it in game yet, but it is a hero's path, including the soul for Scarred. Probably it's a 5-star soul. Then it's got also some soul stones and stuff in there, which is likely means it's quite an expensive path for sure, or at least there's a possibility to spend a lot of points in there. You will get points for this hero's path from summoning champions from shards, so summon rush, and getting artifacts and accessories. So dungeon divers. So dungeon divers plus summon rush. This one is very skippable, right? Now, if you went for Scarred, and if you are planning to use him, there's no question that a 5-star soul is a huge upgrade. But obviously, if you skip Scarred, you're going to be skipping his soul, probably. And if you're just grabbing Scarred for the sake of your collection, but you're not actually planning to use him, you don't need to go all out for his soul. It certainly makes him much stronger, but I think it's fairly optional. Now, there are, of course, boosted summons happening during this. So Friday, the 16th of August, we've got a bunch of 15x events. Progressive chances. Pretty good stuff in here. Otharion is really nice for Hydra. He's a great champ. Very solid. Mashald, quite decent for Hydra as well. I'd say Otharion is probably a bit more useful overall, but Mashald's very good. I mean, Candy, he's pretty decent for arena, for siege stuff. Gwendolyn, again, she's quite a decent champ, triple hit A1, good for Fire Knight and that sort of thing. Calvalax definitely seen a bit of an uptick, I would say, with the release of the Lizard Guy, right? So Teox, he gains a bunch of turn meter whenever an enemy receives a debuff, and he does more damage or an extra hits when enemies under debuffs. So you can actually combo him with Calvalax, because Calvalax puts out a bunch of poisons at the start of the fight. I don't think it's something I'd be bothering to pull for, but if you got both champions, it's a sometimes useful combo. So there is that. And yeah, then we come to the Voids. Acrisia is probably the more useful one overall. Volcanon's pretty underrated though, but I probably wouldn't pull for him on a 15x. Volcanon is definitely... He hits hard in Hydra. There's no question. Like he is basically Scarred, but way better, right? He is better Scarred, and he also does some fun block revive stuff in arena. He's not amazing though. He's definitely he's more niche. Yeah, he's more niche. Like I mean, would I pull void charts for him? I don't know. I'd probably be happy enough with just Scarred, to be honest. But if I did get Volcanon, it's like, oh well, that's a nice upgrade. That's sort of my feeling on Volcanon. For arena, he can be used, but again, he is quite niche, and certainly, like compared to mythicals and stuff, not as strong. But it's an option. Acrisia is just a very solid option then as well. Very, very good against multiple bosses. And yeah, that's basically it. Still solid for Hydra. She's not like a top damaged either, but it's easy to do top damage with her, right? Her build is nowhere near as intensive as other champions, but it does mean that her ceiling is a bit lower as well, right? So let's say, I mean, Trunda is obviously Trunda with a much more intensive build and team comp can obviously do way more damage, like multiple times. It's laughable, but that's very intensive and you need very specific things. Acrisia, you can just put Acrisia into Brutal or Nightmare Hydra, and she'll just do really well with fairly mediocre gear. So, and she's good against lots of other bosses as well. So she's still a good pull. Then we've got epic champions here as well. So Geomancer, definitely the big one. I say Farrakhan the Fat, also really good as well. Lockwayne, purely really just, he's useless, I would think. I think he's purely for the Mikage fusion. Yeah, he's one of the Mikage fusion champs. So there is that. That's sort of the point of him. Kempton is great. And Gembo, to me, is pretty darn low priority. Gembo, I mean, don't get me wrong. Gembo, he's a good void damage dealer, epic. But there's a lot of other damage dealers in the game. I wouldn't really be hunting for Genbo. Now, Kempton, on the other hand, does a lot of really cool stuff. Again, he's like slightly worse than Scarred, but only slightly, really, in Hydra. And it's easy enough to make it work. Just give him good speed and Giant Slayer, and he's good to go. He can also be really good for Spider. He can also be really good for hard mode dragon, hard mode spider, both of those things. He's very good for lots of stuff in the game. He was quite crucial. There was a few tournaments there where they had like epic only, or like dragon tournaments and stuff like that. An epic only spider, and he hard carried, man. Like he did. So Akemtum is actually very, very solid, and he's worth picking up. So yeah, if you are pulling shards for this, I think you could go the Void Shard route. It's fine. I'd be looking at probably a Crisia, a Kemptum. They're both good champs. Not the best, but they're both good. And then if I was going for Ancients or Sacreds, again, well, probably it's Sacreds. I don't, unless Ancients are boosted. This is really a Sacred Shard event. You'd be looking for Wallmaster Artharion, maybe Calvalax or Mashald. I'll put them a bit closer together. And then Geomancer if you don't have him. But then again, if you're in a position to be pulling a bunch of shards for a summon rush like this, probably in a position where you don't really need Geomancer. So I don't know. I'm not too excited about this one. I think this probably will be a skip for me as well. Unless the points are really low, I'll probably just save up my stuff. Because, I mean, we've got all this Norse stuff coming, right? Asgard Divide. There's probably going to be intensive Heroes Path in there to get these champions, and there's a pretty good chance that at least a couple of the champs could be pretty OP. Like, you got to imagine Thor's going to be pretty good, and you got to imagine Odin's going to be pretty good. I mean, we'll see. Maybe it won't matter saving shards, but I'm sort of in the realm of saving shards. Another couple of things we've got going on right now. Small thing. We do have a dragon tournament from some specific factions, and I think there's another one due. Sorry, it's over here. There's another one due after, a spider tournament with only specific factions. I don't think it says which. No, it doesn't say which, but there will be a spider one after that. So that's fine. That's sort of just stuff tiding us over between fusions. And as we know, the Asgard Divide stuff starts the next week. And it's going to have a new dungeon in it, which is probably where we're going to be putting a lot of our energy for a while, one would think, is into that new dungeon. We'll see what the rewards are for that. But yeah, that's sort of stuff that's on right now. I am going to do this dragon tournament. It's very optional. Very optional. No real stress. There's some stuff in here, but it is a 3x speed. So it's pretty good, actually. So I'm going to do it for 3x speed. Not too bothered about the spider one, to be honest. Don't know if I'll do that. And there is a Dungeon Divers does start tomorrow, so you can get some points from that. Sorry, no. The Dungeon Divers is the Hero's Path. The Hero's Path does include Dungeon Divers, so doing the dragon tournament during that will give you some points, but it's not too important. Another couple of things. There is a bug. Watch out. There is a big bug. Hydra Clash. The milestone rewards are in. So the way this works for Hydra Clash, you now have, ta-da, your personal rewards down here. This is only once per week. So let's say I get to here in the week. It will carry over to the next week. But once I've maxed it out, once I take the 1.2 billion chest, it's then locked for the week. I've got all of them for the week, and then it will reset the next week. So that's basically what it is. It means that everyone can get up to the 1.2 billion chest eventually, which has a bunch of... It can drop 5 stars. Isn't that exciting? Yikes. It can still be useful. Even 5-star stone skin and protection gear can still be game-changing. So, yeah, don't sell it. I would definitely keep it. Yeah, that is the personal rewards. It's in there, but there is a bug with it. I don't think it's fixed yet. I think there's maintenance coming up that will hopefully fix it, but it is bugged right now where it's supposed to only give, does it say here? I don't know. It's supposed to only give you stone skin and protection accessories, but right now it is bugged and it's giving just normal accessories, which obviously sucks. So yeah, be careful. Maybe leave it a day or two before you claim your personal rewards here. Or, I mean, hopefully by the time the video goes live, that will be fixed. But just watch out for it anyway and double check on the official Discord servers where they can update you on that. More Clan League stuff, I guess that's in. I haven't really taken too much of a look. And you can see the new dungeon is now, it's coming soon as well. It's coming next week. Clan League, yeah, I guess it's in there. Okay, yeah, so you've got, winning stuff in Siege. Cool. So we've won 2 sieges. We got 1,000 points. Or maybe it's only counting 1. I don't know. Anyway, you'll get some more stars for doing that, which is grand, I suppose. And I think that is about it. Some nice stuff for newer players. You can now instant upgrade artifacts at level 5, not level 40. That's really nice. And you unlock the ability to automatically upgrade gear to levels 12 and 16 now much earlier as well. Got the champion rebalances, some miscellaneous bug fixes. I don't know if there's anything too important there, but that is the news. So I genuinely feel like, look, guys, this few days right here is kind of the calm before the storm, is sort of my vibes. These are very, very optional. You can really just go and chill and do whatever the heck you want, right? You can take a few games to take a few days to just farm Minotaur to your heart's content. Like, do whatever you want. And then it's like, okay, next week, when I think it's Thursday, when all the Asgard Divide stuff goes live, that's when it actually kicks off with interesting events. But it seems like it's going to be pretty dull until then. Maybe there'll be a random summoning event in the middle of the week again, like, Tuesday, Wednesday. But again, that'd be something I'll be looking to skip. I guess you got Siege, right? The next Siege, that's in 4-5 days. That'll be kind of fun. But yeah, pretty chill. I'll see you guys all soon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.